Greetings, adult collectors. I am Crash the Customizer. Welcome to another custom Transformers showcase. This is my Custom Beast Wars Cheetor. Now you may notice that this is the Cyberverse Cheetor. And the reason being, I didn't really like the design of Cheetor, how his beast mode head was pretty much like his chest. I thought it looked very weird, at least to me. So that's kind of why I liked this version of the figure, because it actually doesn't have that, where his chest can actually be an actual chest. I mean, granted, the cheetah head is still right here, but it's actually in the front, just kind of more looks like a chest. And I just like that design better, at least for me anyway. But of course, you can see I did paint him with a little more of the kind of traditional Cheetor colors, with some blue here. Of course, I got the blue for the pieces I used to make his hands, which of course are posable. Has 3 fingers, because 3 fingers works best for a deluxe, I've noticed. So, of course, you can also see I did paint in his eyes with a little more of that kind of orange or like reddish color to kind of make it look more show accurate, not inside having the green, because that's not the color of eyes that Cheetor had in the original show. This is the actual face mask piece that went over the cheetah head, and I just thought that this actually looked a lot better as far as the head, because the head looks kind of weird on its own, but adding this kind of gives it more of like a proper cheetah shape. So I just kind of painted it up to look more like that. Of course, you also can see I put a lot of different more spots, basically make him look more like a cheetah. I painted over the Autobot symbol here because Cheetor is not an Autobot, he's a Maximal, so I just, of course, painted that up and put more of the spots there. And what's also kind of cool, of course, I really liked they came with these swords, because I honestly really like swords, and for a figure that comes with swords, that's just something I really like. So, you can, of course, put these swords in his posable hands. It just takes just a little bit of sticky tack. So go ahead and get his swords in his hands here. So now I have them all ready for battle with the swords. There's also another weapon here. So the figure came with these claw pieces, which again I also painted the more of some actual more cheetah colors, with the kind of this yellow, some black spots, and then painted the actual green claws, actually more of black claws like the actual feet here, which are also, these here are Lego pieces. I just used those Lego tooth pieces to make his little claws for his feet here. But originally, these claws would basically go onto this section here, just like this, and cover up this whole paw here. But I put a little bit of Play-Doh inside here, and the reason I did that is so that I can actually take the posable hands and just stick the claws into posable hands like this, and it gives them these really cool looking claw weapons that are also what becomes the front paws in this beast mode. But this honestly looks really cool. You got these really cool looking giant claw hands where you can basically, if his swords aren't good enough, now he has giant claws to slash his enemies. And that honestly looks really cool looking. We'll go ahead and bring in some comparisons here. So first up, here he is with his pre-Beast Wars self. And here he is a Bumblebee, which we all know that Cheetor is the Beast Wars Bumblebee. And here he is with his leader, Optimus Primal. Now to get Cheetor into his beast mode. First we need to do is extend up the whole chest section here like this. So we're going to take his cheetah mode head and it would fold over and cover up his robot mode head here. Just like this. So then we need to do some things a little bit different than the original transformation. So originally these would actually fold in and become basically like the chest section, and these would be the feet. But that's not the way I do this, because I came up with a better way that I feel like just kind of makes the cheetah mode look a lot stronger than it actually originally did. First what we need to do is go ahead and bring his robot mode arms down like this. And that should allow us to bring down these here and kind of flip them around, where they will basically go right into this section. I just want to fall off today. I just want to do that. Never done it before. Come on, man. So anyway, so it's supposed to go right into there. So just kind of bring it around. And it doesn't really tab in that I've seen. It just kind of more or less just sit there. Maybe it's supposed to tab in. For mine it doesn't, but it doesn't really matter. So we're going to get his cheetah tail out of the way. So now, instead of bringing these arms down, I'm basically just going to fold them to the back like this. Now, it may look a little weird, but I just feel like that his robot mode arms work a lot better as his front legs, just because you have a lot more articulation and it seems like you could do a lot more with them, and you'll see what I mean here in a second with that. So next thing we need to do is rotate the entire arm, or the entire hand section, bring down the thumb, and then push up his fingers. So let's rotate the hand, push up his fingers, and then bring down his thumb. And we'll come back to that in a second here. So we're going to take this, you can see this folds just like this. So we're just going to basically fold that down and then bring the whole leg down, so it kind of gets it into more of a cheetah position here. Just kind of get everything positioned where you can actually stand here. Then we're going to take the claws and just stick them into here, just like we did for the little claw mode, the robot mode here. And once you get the claws in, now these are his front paws here. Just kind of give him a good standing pose here. And like I said, I do honestly just feel like this looks a lot better because you have a lot more articulation with his arms, so he can actually have the full articulation of his actual robot mode arms that allow him to actually get a lot better poses, I feel like. Now, it does look a little bit odd that he has the little cheetah arms up here, but I didn't really find any other way to really do this because obviously these had to be there for show accuracy of having the actual cheetah mode arms on his back. So these basically have now just become faux cheetah arms, but oh well. I mean, I just feel like looks better in my opinion. Did actually add some Lego pieces to his actual head here. You can see this section here is one of those Lego slopes that allows a little more of a bigger mouth where it kind of comes up to about here. And then he has these little Lego teeth pieces here that give him more of a cheetah look. And so honestly, I think this looks really cool. I really do like how this cheetah mode actually turned out looking. I feel like it did look a lot better than the original Cyberverse figure, and actually kind of a lot better than the actual original Beast Wars figure. But now I'll go ahead and bring in some comparisons. So first up, here he is with his pre-Beast Wars self. Here he is of Bumblebee. And here he is of Optimus Primal. Now to get Cheetor back into his robot mode, first we need to do is go ahead and remove his front paws here, the little claw sections here. Go ahead and bring up his back legs here, so we kind of fold this up like this, and just kind of basically just straighten them out. Just like this. Then we take what was now the faux cheetah legs, kind of bring them up. Just gotta get things out of the way. Go ahead and take these sections here, flip them back like this. Go ahead and bring down his arms. And make sure that the cheetah mouth is actually down, so that way when it goes into chest here, when I push this section down, a slider, that section will go in, and I'll make sure that the cheetah mode head stays in place. And you gotta make sure all these little sections you gotta fold in also do what they're supposed to do. There's a lot of accordion folding here, so it's kind of got to get everything folded like it needs to be. So give me 1 second here. It's just a matter of just kind of collapsing up just right, which can be a little hard to do. Not necessarily difficult, but it's just kind of just a lot of hinges you got to try to work with here. So basically just kind of get the little faux paws just kind of angled up the right way. Go ahead and rotate his hand around, bring down his fingers and his thumb. Same on this side, bring down, or rotate the hand, bring down his fingers, and bring down his thumb. And now I have Cheetor back into his robot mode. And I honestly do really like the look of this figure, because it basically gives off all that it needs to be able to tell it's Cheetor, but just kind of gives him more of a modern, updated design, and still kind of keeping with the parts that make Cheetor Cheetor. And I just feel like this is probably like the coolest design for Cheetor, and I just really like how this actually turned out. So if you like this video, be sure to check out the description where you'll find a link to the playlist of all of my other Beast Wars customs, along with a playlist that will take you to my pre-Beast Wars customs. There will also be a link that will take you to my stop motion channel, which is currently random stop motion, but I'm hoping to at some point have a stop motion about these characters. Be sure to check that out. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any future customs. Until next time, this is Crash the Customizer, out. Hi, I'm Cheetor. I know who you are. You're just a copy of me. What are you talking about? Don't play dumb with me. You start out as a rookie, and in the following series, you become a leader. But didn't my series come before your series? So technically, you're a copy of me. Scrap. You're right. Friends then? Yeah, friends.